Okay, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at Palworld, a very controversial game apparently. If you spend a lot of time on Twitter or on social media, but it's also a very popular game at the moment. It's sold over 6 million copies in like 4 days, which is insane for an indie game. But apparently, we'll talk about the controversy later. Well, first of all, I don't give a shit about it. But second of all, this game is essentially like Ark Survival Evolved, apparently, with creatures that resemble Pokemon. That is the controversial part of the game. But anyway, it's a very fun game to play, very easy to get into, addictive gameplay, you know, like your usual crafting games. Right now we're inside a dungeon here, and I don't know how we're gonna do, but we are checking out the game on my RX 6800 XT on PC. We're actually looking into the Game Pass version here, and this version of the game actually does not have DLSS support, whereas the Steam one does. Not that we'd be able to use DLSS anyway, but what's kind of unfortunate about this game at the moment, it is an early access game. It does not have support for FSR yet, so we're having to just use the settings if we need to claw back some performance. As of right now, we're getting some pretty good FPS. However, if we go out in the open world area, we do drop below 60. We drop into the 50s, kind of. Sometimes it can be 50 to 60, depends, right? So yeah, not a locked 60. And I have the 6800 XT overclocked a little bit as well, okay? I know we're getting around 70-ish FPS here, but these indoor areas are actually a little easier to run, so that's why. And also, I am using the AMD Relive to record the gameplay footage, so that adds on to the performance cost as well. So the frame times would be better, and the 1% lows would be a little higher if I wasn't recording or if I was using a capture card, which I probably will be getting a capture card at some point, but as of right now, we're just using the AMD Relive to capture this footage. And the game runs okay, not bad. We're going to try toning down the settings a little bit because this is an Unreal Engine 5 game, and it actually looks pretty good, even if you lower the settings to medium. Right now we're on average, and we seem to be getting around 77 FPS on the averages. The controversy with this game is that people are accusing the developers of the game of copying Pokemon, which, yeah, I mean, they are. I grew up playing Pokemon. These creatures are very influenced by Pokemon. It looks like this is like, I think Vulpix was it called in Pokemon? The little like foxy, fiery creature. I haven't played Pokemon in quite some time. But yeah, I mean, clearly these creatures are inspired by Pokemon. But so what? I mean, all games are inspired by other games, right? I mean, Pokemon did not invent cutesy ways of drawing creatures based off real animals or mythological creatures, that sort of thing, right? I mean, Dragon Quest had these type of creatures well before Pokemon even came out. So that's okay. I don't have a problem with that at all. Inspiration is fine as long as you build on it and invent on it. But this game does not even play like a Pokemon game at all. Pokemon games are turn-based RPGs as far as the core gameplay, and this game is not that at all. It's more like Ark Survival Evolved, but I mean, clearly the game's influenced by many other games, and that's okay, and I think that's why it's so popular. It's like a comfort food, right? Oh, I'm gonna try to capture this one because I don't have it. Alright, here we go. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? 40%. 69, giggity, and 100%. We caught it, guys. We caught Mao. Nice. You do have resources you can gather for crafting. Actually, you can do a lot of crafting in this game. It's actually pretty cool. It's like I said, it's very easy to get into. You know, you just begin with your character, gather a little bit of wood and a little bit of stone, and you craft your tools, you know, your mining pick and your axe, and then you just continue building, leveling up your base. And all these creatures you capture, you can actually put to work to get tasks done for you, which is pretty cool. Now, do we have a map for this area? We do not, so that's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, I'm going to continue here, and I'll see you when we go out in the outside world. And we'll check out the performance there. Okay guys, so we've made it outside and into my base. And as we can see here, our performance is a bit shaky. We're kind of hovering around 50, 60 FPS. And my pals are incapacitated for some reason. I don't know why, but these were tending to my base. You know, these pals actually do a lot of work and stuff, tasks for you. This animal here, this pal, it's a grass-based pal. You know, it can, essentially it's cutting trees down for me. And then there's these other ones here, like the penguin, for example. It'll help me craft things. So if I was to go here and, for example, try to craft a few of these pal spheres. So these are kind of like Pokeballs. These capture the animals in the wild for you, right? So if I was to say, okay, I want to craft 3 of these, I start the production. Immediately, this grass type pal here that's working on my base starts building them. I can jump into it as well. If I hold F here, I can add onto the workload and craft it even faster. So for example, if I wanted to cook, I can go here, select baked berries, for example. Let's try to make 5 of them, start production. Now, this fire type pal is coming over to help cook. Now he's going to start blowing fire, and now he's cooking right there. He's cooking my food, which is pretty cool. And same thing, I can click and add on to the workload to craft things faster. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, let us see what we can do to claw back some performance here, because I wouldn't say this is very pleasant gaming experience this way. We can try lowering down the graphical preset, actually. We'll try from epic to high and see what that looks like, okay? Alright, let's give it a second here. And we seem to be in the higher 50s sometimes. Frame times look a little bit better, I would say. But still not great. I did mess around with this a little bit. And actually, if you can drop down even lower. So say we'll try medium. Medium actually still looks really good in this game. That's the medium preset, right? All the other settings is still on high. And again, we don't have any form of upscaling, which, you know, kind of sucks. But on the medium preset, you are around 60 FPS in this game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would say medium at 4K on the 6800 XT. Very playable. I will be looking at the 7900 XTX as well, probably. I did check the game out on there, and at 4K, epic, everything maxed out, it runs at around 90 FPS, which is really nice. This is Palworld. There's a lot to this game. I would definitely recommend playing it. It's $30 on Steam, or you can check it out for quote-unquote free on Game Pass, I guess. It's a very good game, and it's actually also exclusive on the Xbox as far as consoles, which is pretty nice get for Microsoft, for sure. I think they do need a couple titles like this if they want to, you know, grow their platform. But yeah, just a quick look here. You can pull out your pals on your base, and they kind of help around with tasks. You build beds for them and stuff. And then, you know, like this one here started mining stone already for us, which is nice. And then you can also build other structures as you level your base. For example, you got this little tower here, this bell tower, and you can focus your pals in your base to either work for you, focus on working, or focus on protecting the base. So now I don't know what this mechanic is about protecting your base. My base is rather peaceful, but then again, I haven't played the game that much at all. So yeah, maybe later on you get attacked by invading pals. I don't know. But anyway, it is a fun game to play, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Even played it on co-op for a little while with a friend of mine, and it's a very enjoyable game. This is a little hut I've built for myself, and I'm going to sleep, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Adios.